What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks everybody for support. This video is entitled Street Culture Isn't Black Culture. So people who've been listening to rap in the last 3 decades, who are some black, but and mostly non-black people, just because you listen to gangster rap does not mean that's just black culture. And some people, yes it is, yes it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. See, the thing about it is it a facet? Yes, but is that black culture? Like, that's what everybody doing? No. Like, we weren't. You gotta understand, people aren't raised black. Our people, we're not raised on gangster music. I know it might sound shocking to y'all, but getting into street culture through music and all that, we're not raised on that stuff. That's something we wind up listening to as we get preteen and teenage years, but that's not how we were raised. You get what I'm saying? The streets is not how we were raised. For the most part, people think about street culture. Think about it in this way. When people think about our Italians, they think about their criminal aspects, but they understand that's a section of their culture. When they think about Asians, they think about their criminal aspects, but that's just a section of their culture. When they think about other white people like Irish or Jewish or just white people, you know about the criminal activity in their sections. Same thing with Hispanics. You know about the criminal activities of their groups, but you don't say, oh, that's their culture. You don't say, oh, yeah, that's right. The mob is just Italian culture. The mob is Irish culture. The mob is Jewish culture. Criminality is just white culture altogether. Like, you don't say cartels is just Mexican culture or Hispanic culture. That's you don't do that. Or the triad, or the Yakuza is just all Asian culture. You understand they have a criminal element in their mix, but that doesn't mean that this is what the entirety of the race is. The things that make culture aren't crime. You know what I'm saying? Crime doesn't make culture. Normally what makes culture is art, food, and music. Well, music part of art, but customs, passed down customs that are different. And sometimes art and food are the vehicles to pass down those customs. But that's not, that's our culture. That's why I was clowning a long time ago about when people say you don't have a culture, and everybody who says we don't have a culture, when they say, well, we have a culture. Look at our clothing. Look at our food. Look at our music. Look at our art. This is our culture. And we're like, we got the same stuff. What are you talking about? We got the same food. We got food. We got clothing. We got art. You get what I'm saying? We got music. It's the same thing. No, but you don't have a culture. That's because just because you've been listening to the Chronic and NWA, don't mean you. Obviously, you skipped LTD. Obviously, you skipped Marvin Gaye. Obviously, you forgot Motown was full of black people. You forgot about Stax Records. You forgot about Mahalia Jackson. You forgot about the Mississippi Mass Choir. You forgot you forgot Ray Charles. You forgot the blues. You forgot all of that, And you forgot about all of our artists here. Not musical artists, just artists. You get what I'm saying? You forgot about the painters and God dog, what's the brother's name that used to make the paintings on the Marvin Gaye albums? But it wasn't just for Marvin. It wasn't really Marvin Gaye albums. Damn it, But the black artists over the years, the ones that didn't get credit, you forgot about the innovative culture of Black America, about inventing. When they say necessity is the mother of invention, because a lot of times we don't even look at science as culture. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I just mean across the board. We don't necessarily look at science as culture. You don't necessarily look at, and what I mean by that, you don't think, Ford, Chevrolet, American culture. You think cars. You don't think Toyota, Honda, Japanese culture. You think cars. You get what I'm saying? Same thing with Ferrari. You don't think Ferrari, Lamborghini. You don't think, Italian design, Italian culture. You don't, German engineering. It's German engineering, but we don't think of it as part of the culture because it's a machine. I don't get it, but they put the region in there, but you don't necessarily, when you're thinking about those regions, you don't think about the culture of cars because I guess cars are like a universal thing. I don't know. But, science and innovation is normally not a part of culture, but for those who interjected in culture, we in that too. That's why, the other thing about that is American culture is not, when they say, American culture is a hodgepodge of different cultures together. It's kind of like taking the best from everybody and then claiming it as American, right? So the best of black culture is American culture. The best of Asian culture is American culture. The best of Hispanic culture is American culture. The best of white culture is American culture. You get what I'm saying? The best of, I would even say Muslim culture in America is become American culture, So a lot of times people will look at us and be like, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. And it's like, are you serious right now? So what you think black culture is? Yeah, it's just black culture. Okay, that's it. That's it, huh? That's it. Okay. Because when you think of, I'm listening to, as you can hear, oh, my phone ringing. Maxwell playing right now, but you can hear him in the background, if you can. I think he's Haitian. And the reason I say that because it's an island, but when you think of reggae, you think that's part of that's Jamaican culture. You know what I'm saying? Their religion is part of their culture. And when you think of American, black people, part of religion, Baptist, as part of the culture. So it's not street culture. Black culture is just, we selling dope. I mean, to be perfectly honest, out of all the races in America, we sold dope the worst. To be perfectly honest, because the other groups are still selling dope and people act like they're not. They blaming us. It's just black culture. No. All of y'all are plugged. That's actually your culture. That's actually not necessarily, that's your avenue. That's the industry that you've pretty much mastered a little bit. But when I hear people talk about, black culture, y'all don't hang out with us. Yeah, and that's the good thing, because if you hear me talking, I'm not, you're like, give me some intricate things. I'm not telling you nothing. Because that's the beautiful thing about being black to a degree is, people put negative things onto our culture, and we can actually keep the positive things ourselves. And a lot of times it's surprising when some people who are non-black actually are hanging around black people. And it's like, wait, what's going on here? This is, it's kind of like, I hate to say this, the Bill O'Reilly effect, when I thought they were going to be cussing people out when they were talking about Ice-T and stuff. It's like, yeah, you've been making up stuff from watching too much TV. And that's the part of it, that our culture is a street culture. Every culture can get aggressive. Yeah, we got aggression in our culture, but that's not how we, we're not going out like drugs, murder, alcohol, gangbanging. It's not, that's not black culture. Because think about the age groups we're talking about. The age group you're talking about of street culture is teens to maybe mid-20s. What about everybody below that and above that? You think that culture stopped because those people in those teens were always taught by people who are older than them, and they had to take care of the people who are younger than them. And they couldn't teach them the street culture if they was in the streets. They had to teach them the culture that they were taught. You know what I'm saying? So this idea that street culture is black culture is ridiculous. So in my opinion, if y'all don't get, you kind of weird if you didn't know that by now. But if you didn't, it's a weird stereotype to place on us, but whatever. But I'm done with this one. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.